Welcome to Giraffe Mindset. In this video, I will talk about how to forgive oneself with mistakes during our relationship. This is basically a self-therapy video. I had an amazing, awesome coaching session from Denise in Australia. I can put her contact details below. I want to sort of offer some musing and some wisdom nuggets that I generated from the core and after some reflection. I'll be totally honest, I haven't done too much preparation. This is just a way for me to consolidate and integrate my thinking, and hopefully you can get something out of this. So the context was that I made a huge mistake about 6-7 months ago. Just one sentence, it was like 4 seconds. So my fiance, my girlfriend at that time, asked me, do you really love me? And then the Sheldon in me thought, love is not that important. The most important thing would be compatibility. So meeting my need for authenticity and honesty, and so I actually said yes. Love is not so important. To me, the most important is compatibility, and so yes, you are by far the most compatible for me. Well, at that time, it was some sort of innocence, but as you can imagine a woman, a girl hears that. I couldn't imagine at the time. I didn't have the giraffe vocabulary in me, giraffe being a symbol for nonviolent communication, by Marshall Rosenberg. And I imagine that she was deeply hurt, thinking that I was settling for her and there was no love. Maybe I imagine and I know that she was deeply hurt and in pain because she was thinking that she's not that unique and not being seen, not being heard, and it's just a lot of pain. I can imagine, and I still feel it. And this is, I'm just listing the mistake number 1. I keep on going into the intellect. So I was saying, yes, the past cannot be changed. So how can we move on? I keep on reiterating it because to me it's a golden piece of nugget, wisdom, but to her it doesn't meet her need of being reassurance. I imagine that her and any other woman, especially, or any other partner in a relationship, would like to be reassured. So I just didn't do that, and yes, I keep on repeating, yes, history cannot change, and then there's nothing really I can do. I can hear your pain, but that just increased my pain. So mistake number 1, do not think from your mind. And then mistake number 2 was I didn't really appreciate and empathize and guess her emotion, her feelings of how I couldn't connect with her pain. I was connecting at the intellectual level. So, and then I was going straight to strategies and not really trying to guess and understand her feelings, and kind of then I can truly know her needs. See the link below on for my video on the beauty of needs. And then, so that was just mistake number 2. And mistake number 3 would be, well, to me, it was just a sentence, but to her, it had like there is no tomorrow. So the analogy that I start to accept now is to her. What to me, I can understand, I can observe people relationship breaking when one partner cheats. Well, to me, I didn't cheat at all, but to my partner, to my girlfriend at the time, she was thinking that I was cheating emotionally. I mean, it was a sentence. It was the Sheldon in me. But anyhow, the most important thing is feeling is very real. There's nothing to be judged. She was just deeply in pain, and this is just something that I want to acknowledge. So here are sort of 3 tips that I offer myself. Just sort of general wisdom in life, not just in relationship. At that moment, I was really just trying to be authentic and honest. In life, we cannot control the reaction that we get from other people. We can only control ourselves. And now, I'm paying the price for seeing her pain, her crying for hours and hours and days because of that statement. So she, in her mind, I don't really love her. So yes, we can. While we cannot, and also while we cannot control the people, we can truly control ourselves within reason. And step number 2, and tip number 2 for myself: breathing in, breathing out. Yes, would be to talk as much as possible. I don't know, because I didn't have the emotional maturity and the emotional vocabulary to communicate face to face with her about my feelings and needs, because in my upbringing, it's just not something that was encouraged to talk about feeling hurt and being in pain. It's like, how are you? I'm fine. That is about it. And then so yes, just to develop my tip to myself and to everyone else who is watching now or later is to strongly encourage you to develop a vocabulary for expressing your emotions and feelings, then that your life can be more wonderful. And step number 3 is forgiveness. This is the title of this video, so I have to do something about it. So yes, instead of the NVC framework, I consider the need that I was trying to meet, and I can mourn that. So I mourn that I said compatibility is more important than love, coming out of my mouth as I was walking from my house to the town center with my girlfriend at that time. But it has led to a reality where she has been crying for days and weeks and hours, and I'm in pain too. But just to acknowledge that, just to let that sadness sink in. It's just sad. So what? And I want to forgive myself in the NVC framework. The idea is to forgive myself for thinking about what I was trying to achieve at that time. What I was trying to achieve at that time was to be honest and authentic. And then to me, that would mean saying something which was just hurtful. But what came out was something that turned out to be hurtful. Hurtful. How do I mediate them? I do not know. But I really want to forgive myself so that I can truly accept and grow. Going down the 5 stages of grief. Denying that I was actually a chief contributor to her pain. Notice the word is contributor. And secondly is the stage I forgive myself for the anger. I was angry that why was she angry with me? And bargaining reality was like, oh no, maybe this is the false hope. Okay, maybe this can change in a few hours, a few days. And sadness, I'm truly getting in touch with that with the help of Denise and others. For example, my favorite NVC teacher, Mironel Bodhisattva, I see him as NVCgeneva.com. And then and then acceptance. When I've truly accept that the past has passed, and but I can do something about it because I'm still alive. So I love telling stories, and I love the story of Hachiko. Just in about 1 minute. So once upon a time, there was this dog. He was picked up by an owner, and then he spent this Akita dog, a breed, spent 1 happy year with his owner, and every day at around 5-6 p.m. The time is not so important. The name of the dog is Hachiko. Hachi was waiting at the station, at Shibuya station in Tokyo, and then waiting in eagerness, and then yes, wagging the tail, and I don't know whatever dogs do. Is then that So sort of the bond between the Hachiko and his owner Ueno was so strong. Something beautiful about it. And then one day the professor Ueno passed away. The dog was so loyal to the owner, Ueno, that he comes back to the same station, Shibuya, for 9 years to 10 years. I'll fact check myself, but it's not so important. It's the so many years. He coming back to the same spot at Shibuya station in Tokyo to wait for the longing for Ueno, the master, the professor, to come back. But he's not back, and he dies waiting there. So the moral of this story is to connect with the sadness. I'm just truly sad about what I said, which has led to something which is completely not in harmony with my intention, but has led to a reality where she is completely in pain. She still is, and she definitely was depressed for many, many weeks and months. I just want to grieve that. I want to accept that it was past. But unlike Ueno, who is passed away, the owner who is not coming back is the time, because as far as I'm concerned, time is not circular and time cannot go back. However, so that I can sort of see that as analogous with Ueno. However, I'm alive and my partner is alive, and I'm getting married with her this year. And so our future is alive, and one day if I sit there at the spot of patience, I can see that our life can be more wonderful. So I invite you to also consider the story, the morale, the fable of Hachiko in two ways. Something will just never come back, like the deceased Ueno. However, someone can still come back. But that is, how do we know? We invite our intellect and we feel. It's a dance between the intellect and the emotions. I'm really enjoying my speech here, but then the YouTube algorithm says that 15 minutes is about the optimal, so I shall close soon. So I invite you to consider what mistakes you have made in your relationships, be it romantic, with your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, with your parents. All of us have made mistakes and said harsh things. Or even with our children. Whoever says that, then just kind of consider, put yourself in the place of Ueno, of Hachiko, and see what beautiful thing can emerge. Just sit with it, sit there like Hachiko. Sit there and feel your feelings, and then the need can emerge, and then beautiful strategies can emerge, and then a request can emerge. This is yet another poetic fable of telling and spreading the power of NVC, the OFNR framework. Let me repeat and I shall close. Observation, seeing objective reality away from judgment, going away from saying, she shouldn't be so sad, I shouldn't have done that. Going to see, yes, the observation was, I said that, and I can see with my naked eyes her pain and her crying and her bodily gesture, feeling, acknowledge the sadness and the anger, the needs to acceptance, to mourn, for connection, to forgive herself, etc. I will see below for my longer video on needs, and finally request. What is it? What is it? What is it? And the mystic in me wants to offer something from the Tao Te Ching. The name which can be named is not the eternal name. The concept which can be conceptualized is not the eternal concept. Going to the ineffability and consider this thing called love. If we are stuck in our heads, we cannot truly feel it. And the Tao Te Ching is a gateway to consider that. The fable, the story, of Hachiko is another gateway to that. And I've got 5 other gateways, but before me telling you I'm just planting ideas in your head, I invite you to share below what other gateways there are. On this note, I have got a couple of requests as soft as ripe avocado. 1. If you like this video, please stand 1 millisecond and click like. I've got a second request, as soft as silk. If you think that this video can help anyone you are in relationship with, in the present or in the past or even in the future, why not? Then send them this link. And this is a request which is as soft as silk, is to subscribe to this video. On this note, I want to share my vision. I have a dream that one day we will live in a world where people of all races, background, culture can live in harmony. Yes, this is sort of a Martin Luther King version, and I do truly resonate with me. And to me, on this planet, however long I shall live again, I want to make this world wonderful. And the way that I want to contribute is through giraffemindset.com and spreading nonviolent communication in the framework of Honorable Dr. Marshall Rosenberg. And the third, I don't know. It's a lifelong journey, but I truly, truly, truly want to make life more wonderful. I invite you to think about that as well. Live with compassion. I wish you a day full of joy and compassion and passion. Namaskar. Oh, and Ruth, thank you so much for your comment.